Hey Texans, Dak Prescott here. Mental health is a topic close to my heart, and it's time for all of us to step.
When you think of Dallas Cowboys legend Dak Prescott, you likely picture those fourth-quarter comebacks, the laser-precise throws, and that electric energy he brings to the field. But what really defines Dak isn't just his athleticism, it's the person he is beneath the helmet. In a league often consumed by theatrics and bravado, Dak stands out as a man of character, loyalty, and unwavering integrity. His journey is more than just football. It's about resilience, growth, and a legacy of leadership. Growing up in Houghton, Louisiana, Dak learned early that every success must be earned. Raised by his mother, Peggy Prescott, after his father passed away when he was just a toddler, Dak experienced firsthand what it means to carry responsibility from a young age. Peggy held down 2 jobs to keep the household afloat, and through her example, Dak internalized 2 core values: discipline and gratitude. He saw her work ethic every day, coming home after late shifts, still making time for school nights, still showing up with love. That kind of foundation isn't something you step onto a field and pick up overnight, but it undoubtedly shaped who he became. From those early years through college, Dak never lost sight of that mindset. At Houghton High School, he wasn't the biggest or the flashiest quarterback, but he played with purpose, leading his team to memorable wins, earning district honors, and balancing schoolwork in a way very few student-athletes do. He spent summer days refining mechanics, fall nights executing footwork drills, and weekends between commitments scouting college programs. Most took him for granted. Dak took his future seriously, more seriously than anyone else expected him to. Mississippi State came calling, and he answered with intent. On campus in Starkville, Dak didn't just arrive, he developed. He held himself accountable in ways others shied away from. It meant scouting tournament film before parties, conditioning through grueling winter workouts, and refusing complacency when others pressed ease. Though fans remember his breakout games, the highlight reels, the jaw-dropping throws, it was the daily grind unseen by roses and fans that built his foundation. The dusty practice fields, the 4th-hour chalkboard sessions, the endless, just one more extra rep. Fast forward to the NFL, Dak was a mid-round draft pick in 2016, picked by Dallas, of all places. The Cowboys, always chasing elite quarterback talent, took a chance on his character, his intellect, his leadership. And from the moment he walked into that locker room, Dak held himself to a standard few rookies dares try. He arrived early. He asked the veterans detailed questions about protection schemes. He tracked film daily like a defensive coordinator. He obsessed over center quarterback timing, footwork, and mental toughness. He seemed to say, "If I show up, my work speaks while I don't yet have stats." By week 3 of his rookie year, Dak became the starting quarterback, leading a perennial quarterback carousel. The Cowboys were looking for stability. He answered with calm confidence. In Buffalo, he threw for over 300 yards. Against Denver, he rallied late for a comeback win. His poise under pressure was unmistakable. It wasn't flair or flash, it was preparation, trust, and belief in himself. That rookie season ended with praise, Offensive Rookie of the Year on his resume, franchise records in hand, and respect earned from teammates, coaches, and fans. But Dak didn't stop. He doubled down, studying, stretching, sharpening. He knew the NFL was unforgiving, and keeping pace meant outworking yesterday's self. Year by year, Dak evolved. Pro Bowl seasons became expectations, not surprises. He tied playoff records, set single-game Cowboys marks, delivered under pressure. But his greatest moments weren't dramatic plays alone, they were his character when games were tough. He didn't play the victim after losses, he took responsibility personally. He didn't gasp for credit after wins, he praised the line, the receivers, the coach calling plays. In an era of shift and blame, Dak stayed grounded. In 2020, Dak faced something nobody sees coming, a gruesome ankle injury in Week 5, a moment that would derail lesser players. But even when injured and facing an uncertain future, Dak handled it with quiet determination. He didn't complain. He didn't ask for sympathy. He focused on rehabilitation. He studied through a boot, texting film breakdowns to teammates weekly while they ran routes. He focused on mental gymnastics, learning defensive tendencies, mastering protections, telegraphing plays in his mind. He held himself accountable even off the field. And then, he came back even stronger than before. That comeback year ended with MVP chatter, and for good reason. Dak's numbers were pristine: career-high passer rating, expanded yards, more touchdown responsibility. But more impactful than the statistics was how he carried himself. He spoke publicly about resiliency, mental reset, and using adversity as a springboard. In interviews, he emphasized faith, family, and mental health. He reminded the world that athletes are people too, and sometimes overcoming adversity isn't about touchdowns or tackles, it's about showing up each day and earning trust again. And trust is Dak's currency. Teammates count on it. Coaches count on it. The organization counts on it. When Dak prepares, it isn't for his benefit, it's for them. He takes film late into the evening, texts appreciation after tough drives, shows up to fill water coolers in early mornings when the staff needs help. He mediates disputes to keep unity intact. He stands up for underdogs. He defends coaches. He leads through presence as much as voice. Those traits make him a cultural pillar in the locker room. They make him more than a quarterback, he's a standard bearer. His teammates trust him. He doesn't brag, they speak about his leadership. He doesn't demand, they voluntarily follow. They've seen his reliability under pressure and gravitas when momentum shifts. Off-field, Dak's reach extends even further. He's been an advocate for mental health, openly discussing how he uses meditation, gratitude journaling, and therapy during tough seasons. He's spoken about pain, anxiety, pressure, performing under expectations. Beyond the field, Dak launched his Dak to the Future Foundation focused on youth education, community development, and football camps aimed at nurturing young men in under-resourced areas. He's visited community centers in Dallas housing just blocks from AT&T Stadium, not just dropping checks. He's asking kids if they're doing homework. He's motivating them to chase excellence beyond athletics. In STEM, in arts, in business. He's there telling them they matter. His values are rooted in the support that raised him. His upbringing, shaped by his late father's absence, his mother's resilience, and his grandparents' faith, molded him into a blueprint of perseverance. That faith, prayer, Bible study, Sunday gatherings, formed the anchor in his identity. Gratitude wasn't a cliché, it was a worldview. Respect wasn't for the office, it was for everyone, from the PR staff to broadcast crews. Today, Dak lives that gratitude. He's a family man married to his high school sweetheart, Callie, and a proud father to twin sons. He beams talking about their small milestones: first word, first bike ride, first scramble behind him in the backyard. They make me a better man, he said in a recent interview, not because public image, but because fatherhood humbled and empowered him. It grounded the athlete, gave him purpose beyond profile and stats. In luxury and lifestyle, Dak remains consistent. His $10 million mansion in Frisco sits near Cowboys HQ, not as a trophy, but a home base. He drives modest vehicles, a mid-range SUV and Suburban, enough for the kids, unconcerned with flash. On cleavage, he's more likely to show up in a Bible study group or community center than five-star events. He'll wear a suit for the draft, but his true style is humility, and that's reflected in a capsule wardrobe of polos and jeans, not couture. His endorsements reflect that too. Dak partners with brands like Adidas, Pepsi, and Subway, not just for income, but because they resonate with his values. Providing access, fueling communities, investing in youth. His net worth, nearing $60 million thanks to NFL contracts and brand deals, doesn't change who he is. He's still the kid who shook hands with janitors after practice. He's still the one who writes thank you notes before autographing shoes on the road. And yet, even amid accomplishments, the franchise records, the playoff wins, Pro Bowl nods, Dak never acted like he's arrived. He speaks publicly about always improving, not avoiding pressure, but embracing it. He studies film of 1996, of 78, of players whose styles he admires. He works on quickness at the edge, footwork in the pocket, ball security in chaos. He does bunker drills. He analyzes coverages. Every rep matters. That approach makes him a teacher. He's invited teammates to film sessions. Mentors young players in pre-snap reads. He holds quarterbacks meetings and encourages rookies to ask questions. He'll show them how he flipped from inside zone to bootleg in one fluid motion, because clarity matters in chaos. Those traits make Dak more than an athlete. They make him heir to legacy. He's not just chasing yardage, he's building culture. He's not chasing rings, he's building respect. And while Super Bowls remain the pinnacle, the stuff he's already built, standard, trust, legacy, matters just as deeply. As he heads into another season, goals are clear. Win a division. Go deep in the playoffs. Perhaps that ring, yes, but more important is consistency. Minimizing turnovers, maximizing opportunistic plays, keeping teammates engaged, keeping Dallas hungry. But equally important are chapters unwritten off the field. Continuing to champion mental health, expanding his charitable efforts, fostering community unity, and raising these kids with purpose. If you followed his story, from small-town quarterback with big dreams to franchise icon, you know, Dak Prescott's game is more than his arm. It's his mindset. Not for himself, but for others. It's validation of how football can shape character, responsibility, leadership. So if this profile resonated, if Dak's approach, grit, gratitude, growth, moved you, like this, share with your Cowboys crew, and subscribe for more deep dives into athletes who prove the scoreboard doesn't tell the whole story. These are the voices, actions, and legacies that matter most. Thanks for tuning in. Because if there's a lesson we walk away with after watching Dak Prescott play and lead, it's this. Your foundation matters, your response matters, your integrity matters. Championships are wonderful, but character? That lasts forever. Keep pushing, stay humble, and let your legacy be stronger than your highlight reel.